Hey, LiteWeights! Ready to get Featherstoned? This is our first ever podcast where my sister and I get to come together and, let's be honest, we're here to get a little stoned and talk about our highest potential. We love to talk. When you're in a room with us, it is quite literally Gap City. Hopefully you guys like some ASMR because we will be doing that for you guys today. Yummy. Excuse me. But I couldn't miss that opportunity for you LiteWeights. And LiteWeights. This is where we get real. I always like to kick it off with a little fun fact. Cannabis. Did you know that it started in Central Asia, specifically the Tibetan Plateau?
Wow.
Whoa, I know. Speaking of Central Asia, KPop Demon Hunter specifically is what I want to talk about because, wow. I've watched that movie now, 3-4 times. And oh man, it has touched me on a different level. KPop Demon Hunters. It touched her on a different level. It touched me on a different level. We both agree that the movie hints to you needing to love and accept all the ugly parts about yourself so that way you can overcome that transformation from the trenches and become the highest version of yourself and reach the potential, which I think is what we're all here for, our highest potential. LiteWeights, because that's what you guys are. We are both very much on our spiritual journey, transformational, if you will. And this is a movie that, if you're on that journey, it's really going to speak to you on a different level because, like Leah mentioned, it's awakening the inner demons in yourself and really accepting them, acknowledging them, having to see them for what they are and coming out of it loving yourself. The good, the bad, the ugly, to be able to love yourself. And not only that for yourself, but knowing that you have a support system and that you have to be honest not only with yourself but with them because people will be there for you, will be there to lift you up, support you, but they have to have transparency as well. And that's really just, I think what we're seeing in life nowadays is just you have to be honest with yourself, you have to be honest with others so that you can allow people to decide what they want to show up for, what they want to support you in, and that is what will be able to have you honor yourself at the end of the day. I just want to point out something huge that you said. It is so important to find those people who know you, support you differently, show up differently for you, and you need to recognize how they show up differently for you so that way you are the best fulfilled in those relationships. And I think it's honestly understanding what you need, who you are as a person, and not hyper-focusing on one part of your life and ignoring and neglecting, dare I say, another part of your life. Because if you do that, if you feed into one too much and starve another part of yourself, that part is only going to get worse. And that is the part that you need to look at yourself in the mirror for and really do the inner work. What do I need to learn? What do I need to heal from to be able to reach my highest self, my highest potential? What does that even look like? Oh, we gotta start there. What does that even look like? Do you know what that looks like, Lee? For yourself? I think everyone is still on their journey to figuring out what that truly means for themselves. Because I definitely don't know what that means fully for myself yet. I'm just beginning. And how beautiful is that? I see this journey as almost like a butterfly. Right now, you're putting in the work to build that cocoon, that foundation. And once you really support yourself and surround yourself for those good couple of months and get yourself back up, then you break away and you become that butterfly. And damn, is it beautiful to watch that version of you take flight. And that is such a good point. I think a question that people might have hearing that is, how do you even start? Let me Uno reverse that. How did you start your transformation? One of my favorite questions, because it's not one people love to hear. It's because, at least for me, not everyone is going to have the same journey. Not everyone is going to have the same path. And that's also something that needs to be recognized in itself. That's a phenomenal place to start. Not over caring and overthinking about what people think of you, what you think of others. It's hard. Trust me, it's hard. But that's a huge portion of it. The other portion of it was, for me, realizing that you really have to, I hate to be cheesy, get to the lowest point of your life. Like, God damn it, I hate to say it. I got to a point where personally and professionally, I was not happy. I was frustrated. I was pouring into others and not pouring into myself, and coming out of every day thinking, I hate my life. I hate where I'm going. I don't like who I am. I don't like who I've become. Who even am I, really, at the end of the day? And then it's sitting with all of those feelings.
Oh my god.
As shitty as they might be. And then realizing, I'm at the lowest of the low right now in my personal and my professional life. And I need to do something about it, because when I say it feels uncomfortable when both facets of your life go to shit. I was sitting there one night thinking, yeah, I gotta do something. And the only person who can change my life is me. Ain't that the stone cold truth? And if you thought you were hitting it double time, let me tell you about the fucking trifecta that happened to me that started my transformation. Was not happy in the career. We separated. Was going through a breakup. Needed to sell the home that I held that relationship with. Got sued in the process of selling that home by the neighbor. I was under so much stress. I didn't want to believe that I was in so much stress, so the denial caused denial. I'm on a serious hair care regimen because of that. She's doing her thing. Yeah, you need to get so low in your life to realize that you need to pour so much back into yourself, to love yourself, to feel comfortable in the skin that you walk in, and say, yeah, I can do this, and own that. Because God knows my life did a whole 180 once those 3 things got out of my life. And I started to transform and look up and start those reframes. And God almighty, here I am sitting down, starting a podcast with my twin, talking to you about how we fucking did it all. That shit Leah just dropped. What the F? Back then, when I was living the tumultuous trifecta, if I could have just ripped the cord through that F-bomb in, I would have. But that wouldn't have solved anything. I did it the right way. I separated from a job. I broke up. I sold a home. I got through a lawsuit. I made it on the other side. And here I am. I can say goodbye to that effing F-bomb.
Oh my god.
I was really into the feels, and now that F-bomb dropping on my head. Any hoodles. Back to KPop Demon Hunters. What was your favorite part of the movie? Oh, that's a great question. My favorite part of KPop Demon Hunters was Does it have to be a certain scene? It can be any part of the whole movie. It doesn't have to be a certain scene. What I like most out of the movie is probably the takeaway message from Rumi, and that the song, the last song, their big song, What It Sounds Like, that you really have to look at the broken glass, so like yourself, the broken pieces, because glass is reflection. You're looking at you. You have to look at those broken pieces in your life, accept them, find the beauty within those broken pieces. And I actually I think it's a Japanese tradition where if a glass breaks, they take it and then they put it back together with gold. So it's supposed to represent the beauty in something that breaks. So I really do think that it's okay to break because you learn from that and you can move forward. And there is such beauty in that you don't get stuck in the past, that you can always move forward as long as you learn from what you're going through. So I think that was the biggest message that I took away from the movie in that song, was that it's okay to have broken pieces. It's okay to love them because it is what gets you forward. That was really beautiful. I like that. I have to agree with that too. Also, just like the hidden message of not hiding who you are, not shaming someone else for their flaws and being who they are authentically are. I think that was shown too by Rumi and the Celine character, where Celine said, no, hide the patterns, don't show anyone until you can fix the honeymoon. And no child, no human, no one period in general should ever be told to hide who they are. So I think that was something beautiful to see displayed as well, is just you can't hide who you are. Don't make someone hide who they are and shame them for who they are inside, because people will accept them because they'll accept themselves first. I want to touch upon one of the notes that you said, authenticity. Interesting that you said that, because I think that's displayed through the three girls, Rumi, Zoe, and Mira. They only work so well together because they are their most authentic selves. And because each of them lets each other shine in their unique ways, their most authentic ways, that is why they thrive individually, and then excel as a group together. I really like that observation. I would have to agree with that as well. And overall, it's just a really great movie on personal development, personal growth in a way. Jinyu is also a demon in the movie, and he is fighting his own personal demons as a demon. It's nice seeing in this movie, recognizing that demons are just your own flaws being displayed to you over and over and over, and it's the guilt that you feel and the shame that you feel over and over and over again, which is what makes you dragged into so-called hell and becoming that demon inside, is because it's just your inner guilt eating you alive at the end of the day. And it's nice knowing that Rumi, who is part demon, who wears those patterns, who wears those scars, can acknowledge who she is and accept who she is, so she's not being affected by Guisha? Gima. Oh my god. Gima, ruler of like the demon world per se, because he controls all of the demons by their guilt, by their shame. And it's nice seeing her progression through the movie of having guilt and having shame of who she is because of something she can't control. And all of this too is having shame and guilt majority of the times of something you can't control, and that's unfair to yourself. To punish yourself for something that you physically can't control. I'm picking up a theme about how powerful the mind is and how that plays into transformations, keeping that positive mindset, doing those reframes, so that way you don't get stuck in that muddy area. I mean, I think having a positive mindset is everything at the end of the day, because it's hard to talk nice to yourself. You're your own hardest critic at the end of the day. And then if you also are overthinking and over caring of what people perceive of you or think of you, it doesn't help that. I had someone tell me before, people can be mean to you and make you look like an idiot for free. Why are you going to do that to yourself?
Whoa.
Why? It doesn't make sense. It's exhausting. There's no reason to do it. So talk nice to yourself. The nicer you talk to yourself, the better you're going to vibrate because you're going to be confident in yourself. There's no reason to talk negative. People all around you will do that for you. Tune them out. Listen to yourself. Be nice to yourself. Be kind. You are in a phase of growing, a period of healing. This is when you gotta be the nicest and the kindest to yourself.
Yes, because if you're not kind to yourself, if you don't use those nice words to yourself, then those negative words just label you. And why label yourself when other people are out there trying to label you for you? Take that back. Take that ownership back. Talk nice about yourself so that way, if negativity is talked about you, it's just one other person's perspective at the end of the day, but it's not truth.
I think that's a huge thing that we need to dive a little deeper in because at the end of the day, what someone says about you is just their opinion. What is someone's opinion? Based on what's a fact? Why? Because you know who you are. So what does it matter what other people say? What does it matter what other people think?
Confidence is key.
Confidence is king. Confidence is key. The only way you'll be confident is when you know yourself. And confidence is sexy. The more you feed into their narrative, proving them their point. Stand tall, stand strong, and go against the grain. You gotta be confident in yourself and who you are, because when you are unshakable.
I think a lot of what society is brought up on is that you have to live a conventional life. And what does that mean? That means the 9 to 5, having them beautiful corporate health benefits. It's okay if you don't live a conventional life, if you want to actually live an unconventional life. Because I thought I was meant for the conventional life, and it turns out I'm not meant to be a corporate girly. I'm meant to play by those corporate rule books. I am meant to go against the grain. I know that my life will thrive when I set the tone and pace of my destiny. And when I go that unconventional route, I know I'll succeed because the grass is greener wherever I stand because I bring value to wherever space I'm in.
Back to the biz and tea, lightweights. Like we were saying, being confident, knowing yourself, going against the grain. It's all okay things to do. I think society makes us believe that it's not cool to be authentic. It's not cool to be genuine, dare I say quirky and weird. But it's okay. You just have to know who you are and own it. People will love it because there's a person for everyone out there. I know it.
Since we just yapped our fucking ears off, we're just gonna end it.
Leah, we just started. You know that,
but
right?
we really did.
We really just started, Leah. We started.